What's up, gang? It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. And tonight we're going to talk about the fear of missing out, or FOMO, as they like to say, and how it relates to you chasing trends or leading change. Okay, so marketing is full of trends, by the way. And I think part of that is because, one, there's some ingredients here that make this happen. One, there's always another person, influencer, speaker, guru, somebody sharing what has worked for them, or at least telling you what you should do. And so what happens is the marketplace gets filled with all kinds of ideas. All right, now here's the second ingredient. We, in this tribe, who are not tech savvy necessarily, but we are people savvy, and we don't necessarily feel like we are great marketers. We're great with people. We're great with deep conversations and spiritual seeking and all the things that are required to help somebody get from here to there. But when it comes to our marketing, we don't feel like we know what we're doing. And so, or what we could say it another way, we feel like others know more than us. We're like, oh, well, I'm not great at marketing. They obviously know, so I guess I'll follow them. And so what happens is, one, lots of guru people speak into the market about what you should be doing in marketing. And two, you, because you think that they know better than you follow what they say. And this, friends, is what it's like to chase trends. You chase one person, and then you chase another person, and then you chase another person. And the challenge is you never get traction with your marketing. You never get traction with what it is you're really trying to do in marketing. And this leads to craziness. Now, what kept me stuck for so long, here's the madness I was stuck in. I was worried that I would miss out. This is the fear of missing out. I was worried that if I didn't do it like they said to do it, I would be missing out on results, missing out on influence, missing out on whatever, because clearly I didn't know and they did know. And so I had this in the background, this worry that kept me stuck chasing the trends. This fear of missing out is what kept me chasing the trends. That was rooted in worry. Now, what got me out of that was that I had to start thinking from a new place. When you're stuck in worry long enough, it becomes the place you think from. You're like, oh crap, I better chase that trend now because I'm worried that I'll miss out on that one. And then the next guru comes along and says you should be doing something in marketing, and you're like, oh crap, I don't want to miss out on that, so I should probably do that. And do you see, like, the worry becomes the place you start to think from. And if you don't shift that thinking, you'll stay stuck there. So I had to start to get to a growth mindset. I had to start to think from, how do I grow? How do I grow myself? Because when you're stuck in worry, you don't feel like you're growing. You feel like you're behind. You don't feel like you're growing. You feel behind. So I had to think, how do I grow myself? How do I grow my message? How do I grow my work? In fact, some of this became like, what do I need to grow? What do I need to grow? And besides the obvious answer, like I need to grow income, right? There was what started to emerge for me in this new mindset of growth rather than worry was that I'm not so much marketing as I am leading a conversation. Now, if you've listened to this show for any length of time, you know that I always talk about marketing as leading a conversation. Marketing is not selling. To me, marketing is leading a conversation in the world. And that frame really helped me to step into showing up consistently in marketing, right? Because the challenge for me, and maybe for you, was I could do marketing-like activities for short bursts of time, right? I could create an email sequence, or I could show up and post videos 5 days a week, and then I would just ghost. I would just stop for months. And because I couldn't find myself in it. And then I'd go chase another trend because I was afraid of missing out, right? Do you see the pattern? It was the shift in mindset to, I have a conversation to lead. And I am going to continue to grow that conversation in the world, whether or not I'm doing the marketing the way the current trend says to do it. right? So at some level, you're like, screw the trends. I'm going to lead my conversation. I think at some level, you have to get there. You have to get to that space. Otherwise, you'll always be making moves in marketing from the place of worrying that you're missing out on what's next because they know more than you. At some level, look, somebody will always know more than you. What people don't know more than you about is the truth that life has shared with you. This is why I always say in marketing, you need to speak from the truth that you've lived. Speak from where you have lived. Share with us the things that you have learned. What has life taught you? Where were you stuck? I'm sure most of these episodes I share with you where I was stuck. Your people want to know, where were you stuck? Because that's the thing that lets us know that you're for real. So many people are afraid to look like this is a whole other conversation probably, but so many people are afraid to be vulnerable and transparent in marketing because they feel like others will think it's weakness, right? Now, maybe you think vulnerability is weakness, but most of my tribe, most of this tribe, we actually respect vulnerability and transparency. We don't see it as weakness. We see it as strength. We're like, wow, you really can stand in the space of what didn't work for you and then also communicate to me how you got to the other side. That's just pure strength to me. And so here's the question that you need to begin to ask yourself. Are you chasing trends in your business and in marketing? Or have you gotten past the fear of missing out and gotten to a space where you're able to say, this is the change I'm leading. This is the conversation that I'm leading in the world. And screw the trends. I'm going to keep showing up to lead this conversation. And this is what I'm going to grow, right? From a mindset of growing, I'm going to grow, not worry. What am I going to grow? I'm going to grow my message and my important work in the world and showing up consistently to do that regardless of trends. And if you can do that, well, then your people can count on you. Most of you aren't being consistent enough in marketing. And so your people see you sometimes and don't see you other times, and they don't know if they can really trust you because you don't show up consistently. So for me, what worked for me was shifting from a mindset of, I don't know anything about marketing. They must know more than me. And they're the ones giving me the trends. I should probably chase that. And shifting from that mindset to, look, I have a conversation to lead, and this is the conversation I want to grow. I'm going to grow this conversation in the world regardless of trends. That changed the game for me because now I can show up regardless of how many of you like my post, comment on my post, how many views you get. I don't care. I don't care because it is a drop in the bucket of the bigger change I'm here to lead. This particular episode, I think this is episode 389 or 90, something like that. This is a drop in the bucket of a body of work that I'm creating over the next 20 to 40 years. But I'll just keep showing up. Why? Because my mindset now is grow, 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 grow. I'm going to grow this message in the world that you can be authentic in marketing. You can speak from transparency and vulnerability in marketing, and you will attract your tribe. You just keep showing up and screw the trends. Screw the trends, screw the algorithms, all of that. You just keep showing up. That is the real challenge, you guys. That is the real challenge because most of you just won't stick it out. That's what there is to do. You got to stick it out. But in order for you to stick it out, you got to stop being worried about missing out on opportunities and trends and stepping into the mindset of growing your important work, growing your message, and leading that for change. That's it for tonight, gang. Thanks for hanging out with me in this episode. If you'd like to learn more about how I help you lean into your truth in marketing, so that you can continually and consistently show up, you can go to groundswellmethod.com. The text is in the link of this post, and you can learn more about my 6-week program there. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Till tomorrow when we go live again. Here's to you stepping into the change you're here to lead.